morning. I'm sitting with the volcano behind me. It's across the road and maybe about a quarter mile of a walk or a little bit more maybe behind me. But today, a lot of helicopters are coming in. I'm sort of wondering if something's going on. And I looked, and other than there's a lot of magma, no, there doesn't seem to be anything, not anything reported. So I don't really know. I know that the ground in the last day or two has been kind of eerily quiet. So, like, it's not necessarily like it's calm before the storm. But who knows? Again, I don't like making big proclamations, and then you get mud on your face because you say things that aren't true. And so my guesses are as good as yours. And in the meantime, my dad and my brother arrived, which we got back here about 8 o'clock or so at night, and we had to put his tent together, and it was dark and raining and whatever. So because we're up in upper elevation, it's like 4,000 feet. So I realize people think of Hawaii as always being, warm and wonderful, but we do have areas where we get more rain, and this is the rainy side, one, and two, I'm in upper elevation about 4,000 feet. So to put those two things together gives you some idea that it gets a little bit cooler up here, and it's a little bit wetter. So we're up at the volcano, and tonight I think we're going to go over and get some pictures of it with the telescope. And my brother, in fact, like I said, would help me with my roof rack, and he's right now at the hardware store because I was trying to put it together and I lost some parts. My brother's going to take over, and he's going to put it all together and make it all work for me. So for this, I'm abundantly grateful because, oh my goodness, this isn't my thing. The mechanical, I can put things together, but it takes me, a lot of processing. I have to just I put it together backwards usually because I'm dyslexic. So I'll put it backwards and in some funny way, and I get really frustrated with myself because I've done this. So, it's like I do it over and over and over again, right? I've got my dog's little bed that's a little cot, right, that kind of lifts him up off the ground, and I've got that put together wrong. So I got to take that apart and redo it so that the parts, the way they are supposed to go together, they go together. But anyway, it doesn't really matter all that much. I'm making it work. But I continue to really learn how to manage off grid here. Right now, you can hear in the background that beeping sound. That is my battery bank being charged via my solar panel, which, how fun is that? And then we're using rainwater as the source of water. Okay, and I have LED lanterns which allow me to have light at night, but I tend to go to sleep when the sun goes down. It's just kind of my circadian cycle. I just feel better just going to bed when the lights are out. That's my thing. And I like to get up in the morning just as the sun comes up, or just a little tiny bit before the sun comes up. I like to get up and kind of think and get organized and sort of process my day. So anyway, very lovely out today, and hopefully tonight I'll have some images for you of the volcano, like I've been wanting to do since I've been coming here. But it's been hard because one, I have to have support to go do it. Let's just face it, I just do. And so another little thing, something else came up for me. So I've had a little piece of cancer on my left hand thumb that ate my thumbprint, which is pretty funny. I'm kind of going, oh, that's delightful. I don't have a thumbprint anymore. And at any rate, so been trying to figure out a treatment for it. And I've gone through a couple of my own little ways of doing it that I've previously done in the past and this just didn't work this time. And I was like, ooh, that's not good. I need to get that thing munched because it was starting to get bigger underneath it. It was starting to get like, it was the size of a BB underneath. So basically, with that, I had to start treating it to suppress it. So anyway, I started treating it, and a couple of times now I've had some what I call seeds fall out of it. So I've lost a couple of seeds. So something's getting isolated and deposited out of my skin. So this is the good news. So it is about halfway eaten now, and hopefully not too much longer, and I'll be reporting that I have completely consumed that one. I had a little piece of melanoma in that same area on my arm, on my forearm. So, and that I used a different treatment, and that worked beautifully. I maybe did the treatment 4 or 5 times and it was completely gone. So anyway, with that, I'm just going to say thank you for joining me here. Please do hit the like, share, and subscribe. If you leave comments, please keep them up above board so that we don't have any issues, because I don't want to have to babysit. And I thank you so much for joining me here.